Hey there, workplace warriors. Welcome back to the Job Search Readiness series. This is with your for your resume. Now, yesterday we talked about your professional summary, and today we're going to talk about the skills section of your resume, which typically comes right after the professional summary. So a couple of things that I want you to, well, there are many, but we'll talk about maybe 3 or 4 today about the skills section of your resume. The first is that you don't have to include a skills section of your resume. It is an optional section. However, if you choose to include a skills section in your resume, you need to be very discerning and thoughtful about the skills that you list in this section. So let's say that you do decide to include a skills section in your resume. Think about before you insert that section into the resume or include it or start listing skills. Think about the core skills that are needed for success in the field of expertise that you will be working in. And for many positions, maybe I should not say most, but I would think that for most positions, communication would be a big requirement of a core skill. Even if you don't have to communicate in person with others on a regular basis, being able to communicate clearly in writing is very important. And I'm just using this as an example. Now, let's say you're a computer programmer and there are certain languages that you need to know how to program in, because typically a technology position is going to list the specific softwares that particular employer and or that work unit is going to need their IT people to be knowledgeable in. So you would definitely list those types of bits of information or skills. Skill in programming and then, or just programming and then dash or comma the names of the core softwares that you need to be knowledgeable in for that your particular position of interest. The other is that you should consider only listing, I would say, a max of 8 skills. And in order to balance your resume so that it looks symmetrical to the reader, you need to make this particular section a 2-column section so that you can have 4 skills on one side of in one column, and then 4 other skills on in the other column. Now, sometimes you may only need to, depending upon the position that you are interested in, you may only need 6 skills to list, because you don't want to list absolutely every skill that you have. You would have no room left for the other resume content, like your the information about each one of your positions that you've held and the employers that you work for. So that's why I say that you need to be discerning and thoughtful about which skills you include in the skills section if you decide to include one in your resume. The other thing that you need to consider is not including things that are considered givens. For instance, we all know that overwhelmingly businesses work with the Microsoft Office suite. Now, there are some that work with Google, but I think, and I didn't do any research on this, I think that most mainstream businesses and employers typically utilize Microsoft Office as their productivity platform of choice, so that their employees can also have access to Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. And then a lot of them are using Teams as their internal collaboration tool, because it's included as a part of Microsoft Office. Now, if you also have, so you wouldn't have to list that because that will be understood. Also, if you are familiar with Zoom and how to conduct a meeting on Zoom, then that's not necessary to list either, because what I found is that a lot of these communication and collaboration, virtual communication and collaboration platforms, once you learn how to use one, it's not terribly difficult for you to learn how to use the next one. So that's not a requirement either. So stick to things that are unique to the position, the specific position or employer that you are applying to the position with, because those are the things that can take you over the top. You can list written or writing as a skill. You can also, let's say you're being considered for an attorney position. Negotiation would be a good one for that particular type of position, or policy and law, or interpretation. You can just list policy interpretation, and that would be one that would be core to a legal type position. If you conduct training or you give presentations, those are the types of skills that you will want to list. List another type of skill that you will want to list in the skills section of your resume. And don't force anything. If you can only think of 4, or let's say you can only think of 3, and then that is going to make your resume look asymmetrical, then put something like Microsoft Office or meeting facilitation, something like that, to make the resume look balanced. But otherwise, just like everything else, always refer it back to the job. You want to always keep that in mind for a successful job search. Always refer back to the job and relate all of your content in your job search assets and documents, like your resume, cover letter, and your references. You want people who, even with your references, you want them to be people who can speak firsthand about your exposure and your work related to the type of position that you are applying to. So there you have it. That's the wrap on the skills section of your resume. We'll be tackling the next segment of the resume on tomorrow. I hope that you've gotten value from this content. Can you tell that I'm sleepy? I took a nap, and I should not have before I recorded my video. But nonetheless, I hope that you got value from this content. If you did, please smash the like button. Let the algorithms know that you feel like others should be should have access to this content. That'll help me to reach more people and to help them. Also, share this content with people in your network. Know that I'm on a mission to help you live your very best career life, and I know that there are others who are on that same journey. I would love to be a part of it. Also, if you would like to work with me more closely, all of that information will be in the description below. Until next time, I wish you career success and look forward to seeing you for another video or for my next Friday morning live at 7 a.m. on this coming Friday on my YouTube channel, HR by Nnamtique 167. Take care. Bye.